Hi guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com. We'll be doing a Grindfest Friday video for Moonlight Blade. I am joined with...
Altai?
Matt?
Yeah, and here we are playing some Moonlight Blade. I think we're around level 25. Matt, me, and Erhan. I think Gumby's a little behind right now, but we'll be playing the game, talking a bit about it. Well, first impressions, guys. What do you guys think? We got the level... We already played a bit before we started streaming. What do you guys think?
In case no one knows what Moonlight Blade is, or what they should. Why don't we just give an overview of
yeah.
what is Moonlight Blade?
Wuxia the MMORPG. It's just Wuxia the MMORPG.
Alright, but what
That's
is
fair.
Wuxia?
It's
Wuxia.
Is it really
guys,
Wuxia?
forget all the nonsense. It's a Chinese MMORPG, okay? Medieval feudal theme, and there are 6 or so classes. And unfortunately for us, they all start in different provinces of China.
There are
so
8
that we are very
classes.
far from each other. There it is.
What do you guys think about the gameplay so far? Getting to level 25 or so.
Overall good. Would be a lot better if there weren't ping issues. Like, okay, so I chose the channel we're on because when I was looking at the channels, like each one had their own level of ping, and that one started at like 215, which was the lowest by about 70, I'm pretty sure. So I chose that one, and since then it's been about the same as all the others. So it goes over 300 at times. Good. Not good.
Yeah, there are ping issues because we are all playing on the Chinese server. This game is not out in America yet, so we had to make some QQ accounts over at Tencent to play this, and that is why there's ping. So it's not the game's fault. The game is not in self-laggy. It's just the fact that we are playing from the other side of the world.
And the reason we're doing a video for this now is the game did get announced for a Western release date eventually. No word exactly when just yet, but it's going to happen, which is nice.
Yes, that was already announced that there would be a Western version. So one good thing about this game is it seems the Chinese know that lots of people have bad computers. So there are a variety of graphic options. You can run this game on a potato, I believe. I'm playing on pretty low settings. My brother's playing on high settings for the stream, and it makes a very noticeable difference. So there's some room to maneuver on system settings here.
Oh, so we actually didn't do great explaining what this is. So it's set in a Wuxia setting. It's got, like, when you start out, you go through this, like, massive Wuxia storyline. You have Dynasty Warriors combat, so you get to hit all your enemies, and you fight mostly people because it's a Wuxia setting. It doesn't have, like, a bunch of fantastical elements other than, like, you can fly, there are a few powers, stuff like that. But, it starts out in, like, this Wuxia storyline, and then once you get through it around level 35 or something, I'm pretty sure what I've read is the game opens up. You have a lot of dailies, you have dungeons, you have a bunch of more stuff, and you also have stuff like professions, there's housing, there's territorial combat, and there's a lot of stuff once you hit the point where you get out of the story. But, yeah, so that's it. It's kind of like Revelation in that regard.
I want to talk about that story a little bit. So one of the selling points of this game, and Omar did a video about that yesterday, is the large world and the fact that you can kind of go anywhere and fly and hover, around this huge landscape. But I found the original story, or the story quest line. I'm level 26 right now, so I've been at it for a few hours. It's very hallway-esque. I'm literally just auto-walking down this basically this path for the past 5 hours. So like Matt said, at some point this is supposed to end and the game is supposed to open up. But I think it's taking a lot longer than it should for that to happen.
Actually, if you've played Revelation Online, it's almost exactly similar, I would say, the progression to questing. Where if you play Revelation, you're literally like following this rail, and it's very, very similar. Like every quest line we're doing right now is from one NPC to the next. You maybe kill a couple NPCs, though you kill more NPCs because this game is a bit Dynasty Warriors-esque combat, but it is very similar to Revelation in that regards.
So does anyone like this system? I mean, I feel it was kind of nice at first because it kind of, it's nice to have a direction. But at this point, I'm 26 now, and I still have never interacted with another player. I've had no reason to. I've basically been doing solo, a mix of instance and open world questing from one point to the other. I don't know. It's fine for the first couple levels, but at this point, I want a dungeon. I want something.
It is odd.
Well, I think what it is, well, probably one, they want to get the story out of the way right from the beginning, so that you open up and you have this sandbox in front of you, and there's no more story left to hold you back. They also want to introduce people that may not know what they're doing, like over a long period of time, slowly ramp up the difficulty, make sure you know what you're doing. There's a much larger market in other countries for MMOs, so you really have to kind of like foolproof it for the people that might end up in there that have no idea what they're doing, right? And on top of that, the story is pretty expansive. It takes a while to get through it in a lot of these games. And I think that's underplayed a little bit. Like, just throwing in a little beginner story is a lot different from throwing in a full-on story with multiple chapters, and that's kind of what this does, is throws in a multiple chapter story. And I don't think that can be underplayed when discussing how it goes. And also, you guys met up around level 10. You guys didn't realize it because you were playing at a different places, but around level 10 you get out of your starter area, which is like your martial arts school. Basically, if I'm interpreting this correctly, I saw a lot of people with the same outfit I had. And you get out of there at around level 10 or level 15, and then you meet up at the same place. The stories converge.
Are we all in the same province right now? Basically to the right of China
As far as
there?
I'm aware.
Okay,
Kat
cool.
and I found each other right around level 15 in the same place.
Yeah, we should duel then. What's a duel?
We'll definitely duel in the video sometime, because I know my brother and I are in the near same area right now. By the way, Erhan, I killed the orc guy. I'm pretty sure. The guy you were having issues with.
Of those like NPC bosses, right?
Yeah, and the difficulty is okay. It starts off stupid easy, but that's kind of a given, right? Every MMORPG I think starts off pretty stupid easy, but it does get more difficult. You guys saw me make like 2 fights just now. I died on the first one because I derped completely, but then I beat the next 2. And you do have to dodge attacks, and combat does feel rewarding, being able to like shift dodge enemy attacks, and you can dodge stuff beyond just the telegraphs too. Like telegraphs are obviously you gotta dodge those, but you gotta position yourself to dodge regular attacks too. It does feel like rewarding, you know. It's not the exact same as Blade and Soul, but it has that same sense of reward when you end up doing it.
Well, you mean fighting bosses? is
Yeah.
rewarding.
The
Because
regular
the normal
guys.
NPC stuff is kind of just mindless, swing your weapons until you kill them all, and then you get to a special enemy who
Yes.
actually does something that you have to negotiate.
Mhm.
I think if this was purely just one-on-one boss fights the whole time, I would be very, very... I think I'd be happier, but it's okay to have a little bit break in between. And I want to point out my favorite part about this game, and what I love about it is it's gorgeous. I don't know if we said that already, but that can't be stressed enough. I'm so surprised at how pretty this game is, and like every tree, every piece of foliage here has enough detail. You just go, wow. I'm trying to think of any game in the West that compares to just how much the fidelity here, but I can't think of one. Really, that's what keeps me going. Is just see the world. Is just how pretty it is. I think you made a video, right, over the
Yep, just over
view
the
distance.
the view, the vastness and the draw distance of the game is absolutely stunning. If you haven't seen my 50-second video yet, it's just me jumping off like a cliff and flying around, and we showed you some of that in the pregame. It looks absolutely stunning. Like you can't undersell that enough.
So, you guys all played Revelation. I didn't have a chance to play that one. And I guess this is the most comparable to that, right? It's another Chinese developed 3D MMORPG. How did the two compare?
This is a lot better.
This
better.
is a
Wow.
lot better.
Because
Like,
Revelation has a lot of hype behind it. And it's
Yes.
coming out relatively soon this year.
This is a lot
So we
smoother.
think.
Everything about this feels smooth.
I agree completely. It's just a better Revelation in terms of scope, scale, combat,
Wow.
everything. Like literally everything so far. I just feel like this is just a better Revelation.
Even with the lag, it feels smoother.
Yes.
That's the impressive part.
No, because I always thought the combat did feel janky in Revelation, regardless.
So give
I
me
also-
one good thing about Revelation then. It's this better than this.
I gotta
Keep it-
think.
keep it-
I gotta get back to you on that because nothing off the
I
top
don't
of my
think I've
head.
gotten far enough in Revelation.
Revelation
Something.
gives you a sense of an expansive world quicker than this game, where as soon as you get dumped out of the tutorial island, you see that this is a big open world. I'm walking onto the dock. There's people everywhere. You get a greater sense of community because you're not getting instanced all the time. That's one of my big issues with this game is it's constant instancing.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that. There's a right way to go about instancing. I think Moonlight Blade stresses it too much. So
I thought,
That's a really good point because you guys talking about the open world, and I mentioned this earlier. Is so far I'm questing, right? And I've been at it for like 5 hours. And it's a hallway. I'm not I see this world behind me, but it might as well just be like a JPEG, you know, because I don't get to actually go to it.
In Revelation, it's the same
JPEG.
way though. You know, you have the hallways in Revelation. It's literally one quest after the other, non-stop.
No. I think there's a difference here, though, right? Because in this game, it's hallways, but I'm in an instanced hallway. In Revelation, at least, I'm in an area and I see other people around me, and that gives you a sense of community. That there's other people playing here.
I've been seeing some other players too, because it's not like it goes like instance, and then you have a storyline that's not instance, and it goes back to instance. I think.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that system.
Alright.
The back and
I
forth.
feel like
That's fair.
Go ahead.
I feel like you guys overplay Revelation's world at the same time, because where we played, I always thought it was like painfully small, the actual land area. Like, sure, it's open, but it's tiny. Like the area that we were able to play.
Doesn't really dispute the point. The point is that as soon as you get off, there's a sense of expansiveness and that a community of other players. That this is a world where you can run around with a whole bunch of people. Whereas Moonlight Blade doesn't give you that same sensation. Really, that's all.
Not right away, at least. That's fair.
Well, in Moonlight Blade, though, if you go off the rails early, you can see that you can like go over these giant lakes and everything. And there's
Sure, if you go off the rails, but in Rev you didn't have to. It just gave it to you.
But
Well,
it was the rails were there
at
too.
least I didn't feel it did. Just being able
okay.
to see other people doesn't give me the sense of like a large world.
That's,
In fact, the way that the zones were designed, I felt that the world was going to be small and very like tightly packed and dense with like things to do, but very like overall tightly packed and kind of claustrophobic at times. Just because I could fly didn't get me over that feeling either.
So we know Revelation is pretty hyped. Does anyone know if this game is, you know, being highly anticipated here in the West? Like, was there a lot of demand?
Nobody knows about this game in the West. Like, a lot of people don't know about this game in the West. A lot of
Okay.
people. And Revelation, nobody knew about it either till I think, you know, my.com announced they were going to publish it. They advertised it a bit. So I think when people see what it's about, they'll get a little hype about it. But still, it's too far away. And I want to show off some combat real quick and comment on that a bit, because some people say the combat is a little bit boring. Honestly, when you're fighting these like basically dumb enemies, the ones like, that you're seeing right now on the screen, I can pull literally infinite number of these retards, right? These NPCs. There's another group over there. Let's go pull them too. Why not, right? We grab these retards, we get them all. They follow us, and then we're gonna go like basically kill them all very quickly. The combat is very dumbed down when you're fighting mass groups of enemies like this. It's supposed to be easy. It's only when you start fighting the little bosses that it gets challenging and it can be a lot of fun. But it just feels a little weird that they have all these trash mobs that are like ridiculously easy. But I think a lot of MMORPGs end up doing that anyway, so it's not really just this game. Revelation had super easy enemies too. But how do you guys feel about just the mass groups of dumb enemies? Like, it was like interesting for the first like 10 times, but like level 26 and we're still doing these quests. We fight like these mass groups of dumb enemies that just die really quickly.
My issue is even the groups of enemies don't feel like they're part of the world. They just feel like they're quest objectives down the hallway.
But they're not
right?
instants. They're actually persistent.
I know, but just the way they're placed and the way they come out. Sometimes they come at you like in waves.
Yeah.
Almost. It just feels like they're not part of the world. It feels like they made the world and NPCs independently almost. But and not NPCs, the mob NPCs.
But wouldn't you say that applies to every MMORPG?
Maybe, but like a lot of games, including WoW, I felt like at least I just felt like the mobs fit the environment, right? Here they're just kind of close. Sometimes there's clusters of like 40 guys and like bumping into each other, like and walking like this. You know, it doesn't feel natural.
Feels more natural than just one guy standing there.
It's never one guy. It's imagine like a camp of like kobolds, right? They'll be like just kind of walking around this area. Here, there's like 20 guys in like a 1 meter square just bumping into each other. Like, don't tell me that's natural.
No, I agree.
Sometimes they're spaced out. It's fine when they're spaced out.
You know what I don't like about them? Every single time you meet them, it's the same thing. There's no difference. You do the same moves, kill them all at once, and that's it. Then you get to the boss mob, and that's where I have fun.
Bosses look different, and they're usually not clumped like on top of 50 guys either, so they look kind of like more distinct.
We should point out that sometimes in these clusters of, I guess, dummy mobs, there will be a stronger, I guess, like an elite mob that will do something special, that will live longer or be a little challenging, and that's nice.
I just love flying around, looking at the vast distance of this game. I'm showing on the stream right now. Literally everything you see here, you can get to. It just feels amazing. And I just actually triggered a quest by accident.
Have you guys tried pushing Control 1, 2, 3, and 4?
What do those do?
Good try, guys.
All right, I'll try after this quest over here. Gotta kill these another group of enemies. So we actually have a named enemy here. It might be a little bit more difficult. The trash mobs are still quite trash. There's actually one more thing I want to ask you guys about your skills. My basic attacks, they feel really, really weak compared to my skills. Like, obscenely weak. What about you guys?
I don't use my basic attack. I stopped using it because it was so weak.
No, I use my basic attack.
Oh, I got a question for you guys. Have you guys been meditating at all?
Yes.
If you meditate for long periods of time, you get skills.
Really? That's how you gain
it's part of,
skills?
like, your
It's just like real life. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
part of your advancement.
Makes sense.
Some of the, like, animations when you finish enemies off with like your finishers, like you get a cool little cutscene too. It's awesome.
Or like skill upgrades. I don't know if they're actually skills, but you know what I mean. We, as Kat and I were playing it, we sat down and managed to get skills.
So you should just leave that on overnight, get some free EXPs?
No, it's only like 5 minutes.
Oh.
And that's only if you've not been doing it at all. But you can also get health and stuff from it.
Yeah. That's how I regen my health.
Yeah,
anyway.
I've been doing it for regening.
But I think one of the things about the combat, and I don't know if any of your guys have any skills like this, like Black Desert, they have abilities on certain classes that can grab enemies and throw them back down on the ground and do splash damage.
Ooh.
And I really like that.
For me, it's usually when I end up doing like a finisher move, my character does something really like one of my abilities when they're low HP and I do it, it has a really cool animation. Like, I love seeing it because it like looks badass. Somebody asked, have you checked out the emotes yet? Radio, I have not checked out the game's emotes yet. Curious what they look like. I'll type control 1. You want me to click?
Yes.
All right, it does like a little flip.
Yeah. That's all.
Oh, all right, nice. These also your they're your shift directional keys too. You use those to juke.
Oh, are they? They're the same ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to use those to juke basically. And juking is super important. It plays a pretty critical role when you're actually fighting a little more difficult enemies. Ray says, "What a waste of assets those dummy mobs are, since they actually have different looks, behave similarly." Yeah, I look, I'm a little iffy on those mobs. It just feels like a little silly, but then again, it feels like interesting to group them all together and kill them. I just hope the challenge on those pick up. I've already died a few times just doing the regular questing because some of the NPCs in town that you fight, they do get a little difficult. Praying to this rock. I'm gonna see if I can find the emotes afterwards too. I'm sure the emotes look pretty good because the character models in this game are gorgeous.
I have a question. So if this game does come to the West, and other Korean, Japanese, Chinese games do, I think they should just save money and keep the voices in the native language and just add subtitles.
I agree, 100%.
Like hearing the Chinese people speak like these random lines once in a while, it kind of adds to like the
Ambiance
atmosphere.
for sure, definitely. We are in China right now in the game.
Exactly. I'd prefer they kept this if they ever do bring this to the West. When they bring this to the West.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you also because the main reason I always say keep the original language is I can't tell if the acting is bad or not. So, because a lot of times when I hear English voice acting and it's for any foreign game, anything, it's kind of obvious that they're just kind of reading off a page.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what's happening here. So it all sounds great. It all sounds like they're A-class actors. That's why I like watching Korean films because they all get perfect acting from me.
One thing I actually really do like, a minor thing I feel like this game did pretty well. You notice when you're summoning your mount, right? 5 summons my horse for me. You can actually do that while moving. Like I always hated in a lot of games you have to actually stop and then you call your mount for 2 seconds and then you start going. Here you can actually summon your mount while going and it just keeps going when you do it. It's just a simple thing, but it just makes it more
that is some
convenient.
Chinese ingenuity right there.
Yeah, I mean, look, these minor improvements, they help, Them Chinese ingenuity. Des Messi, I have not got level 200 yet in Maple Story. Though I did ask Nexon for an account with level 200s on it, and they said they might give you one. So I'm waiting for those.
That's cheating.
That's
Yeah,
cheating.
that doesn't count.
And even though the game has no English patch, there are a few fan sites that have translated the menus and stuff. And honestly, look, if you've played MMORPGs before, you can really figure it out, okay? It's not rocket science, You basically know where most things are. You know how combat works in games. Some of the more subtle things like skill improvements and stuff can be a little confusing, but for the most part, you can figure it out.
Okay, that's my next discussion point. I'm glad you brought that up. is it a problem that the template for an MMORPG has become so like cliched and predictable that we here, us four, with no Chinese knowledge, can basically progress, it seems, pretty much unhindered, right? To this point, and I don't see any roadblock.
No, not yet. I see no roadblock yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, you got really distorted all of a sudden and loud.
Oh, let me see if we can fix it.
Yeah. Is that a problem, guys? For the genre? Like, it's so boilerplate. It's like more cliche than like.
Why would that be a problem?
Because it's so predictable, and it's something that we've all done so much that it's so like, it's nothing new at this point.
That's literally every genre ever, though.
I don't know. Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. I see it as a problem. I remember every game kind of being a wonder, or at least being different enough where you have to kind of learn it.
I think people
go ahead.
overextend they overplay that in MMOs because they take
Really?
But every other genre does the exact same thing, and people buy the same things all the time.
Like for example, maybe
JRPGs,
racing game.
first-person shooters.
Yeah, racing games, first-person shooters.
JRPGs especially.
I'll say JRPG maybe, but that's kind of like a subgenre. I wouldn't say that's true of RPGs in general. Like for example, I played lots of RPGs, but when I played a game like Baldur's Gate for the first time, or Icewind Dale, that was a new kind of game, like compared to like the turn-based, two sides fighting.
Well, you're comparing a JRPG
time,
to a Western
but
RPG.
now.
Well, this is a Asian MMORPG.
That's true. Well, yeah, most of our games for comparison are Korean MMORPGs.
And Erhan, at the time, but now, at the time, EverQuest was revolutionary, first time thing. But now, the CRPG style has been done to death too.
No, I'm not just blaming this on Asian MMORPG. I'm saying MMORPG in general has this problem now.
I said the CRPG style, like in Baldur's Gate, they've had a ton of games like that now.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Most of them came from Europe.
Shouldn't the hallmark be though simple to play, hard to master? And I imagine that there's no way I could ever compete at an end game level without understanding some of the text here, without understanding some of the translations, how to say mod my items or whatever. So just being able to pick up and play, I think, isn't an issue. It would be, I think we would all have an issue if we were to delve into the more complex, nuanced systems at the late game, if they exist, because I really don't know what the end game's like.
Apparently, it's
But I imagine-
PvP is the main end game here.
Well, I
That's
figured,
what I've
but
heard.
at the same time, how much of a game is reliant on pure text? Because that's really what holds us back. It's just really navigating a menu, but real skill in a game doesn't come from how you read or what you're reading. It comes from how you master the gameplay itself. So I don't know if it's an issue.
Yeah, I think Matt's right. It's not an issue. Yeah.
All right,
But here's, I guess the analogy.
unfortunately-
Imagine if it was EVE Online in simplified Chinese. We definitely would have no idea what we're doing.
Yes.
But as is shown, a game that's niche isn't gonna. We wouldn't be playing it anyway, because it doesn't have the mass appeal.
Because even if you look at a lot of Korean MMORPGs, yeah, you can figure them out, right? Even like Blade and Soul. Like I think a lot of those games have depth and stuff, but you can figure it all out without ever knowing what even if it's in foreign language. Because I feel like most games you can intuitively figure out. I mean, obviously, as can be said,
Okay,
even
I think the language part is throwing you off. You're right. A game should not be difficult.
It's the formula, right?
I
messed that
need
up.
words. The formula is my issue. Like I feel like I could play this game with like 8 brain cells activated up to this point.
Oh,
going down
you
the
died a
hallway.
couple times on that ore guy. Come on.
That's fine to die. I mean, again, one of the reasons I'm dying is because I'm just kind of mashing the buttons.
Can you name a game? Let's put it this way. I don't understand necessarily what the issue is, because let's say the formula was changed. Would it even be an MMO anymore? Is an MMO just the formula that we have now for the most part? Because
No,
I think
I don't think so. For example, if
ahead.
the game was skill-based rather than levels, right? That if levels weren't the primary method of gauging progression, it would automatically be a little more different.
But combat is action-oriented. You can actually outskill your opponents regardless of what level you are. Level. I mean, obviously you have to be within the same few levels, but you can dodge
No, we're
attacks,
talking
all that
about-
That
good
has
stuff.
never been the case in any action-based game. You could not be level 20 and take on somebody twice your level.
No, obviously not. I said within a similar level range. You don't have to be max level in Blade and Soul to kick someone's ass if they're like,
I
even
think
in World PvP
think
you
my
can
main
play against people
argument-
5 levels below you, then kick your ass if they're good.
I'll basically distill my argument. Maybe I'm just after something different, a la something like Shards, Crowfall, someone trying to do something a little different in the same genre, rather than this is just a more refined Revelation, which you guys
All
would
right,
be
so
saying.
I'm gonna be the contrarian and say that the reason that most people think that is because most people don't make it past level 30 in most games.
Well, there's a reason they don't, because they're playing the same game over and over again. They don't really want to play the same game over again.
That's a
But
good question.
It isn't
actually.
the same game at the end. That's what I'm saying. They all start like the same game to introduce people, but because they don't make it through there, they think they're all exactly the same. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. That might be true, but once again, if I have to play 10 hours of the same game to unlock the actual game, that's too much of an ask.
No, it's fair because if you look at
But
games
is
like
it with,
It is.
no, look
but
at
is it with how long you can play these? I'm saying.
but at least if you look at games like Crowfall, those are not games that at least we can at least say those aren't like following the same exact formula. And they're
that's
still
true.
MMORPGs, you know,
But
like
all those games that aren't following the formula aren't out yet. So.
yeah, that's true. That's
Oh,
true.
I don't know if
Yeah.
not following
That's
the same
that's
formula
another
is going to be a net benefit or is it going to be like a.
Well, we're gonna find out in 2017.
That's what I'm
which we're looking
saying. We
forward
don't
to
know
that.
yet.
That's
We don't
true.
know.
You know, I'm partying
Actually,
with 3 people.
2017 is going to be a fun year. We're going to find out. 2017 is the year we find out if you can change the MMO formula and be successful. If that's what people want, or if it's going to just be niche, like what I think right now. But we'll see. I'm pretty excited. So, like, remember we had the conversation, and I know this isn't really Moonlight Blade directly related, but we had a conversation. There's no Western MMOs coming out.
Yeah.
No big studio ones, but maybe this year will prove to studios that you don't need to make a big, grandiose MMORPG to be successful in the MMO industry. Exciting times, boys.
It is.
Boys with an eye.
Hey, does the way the party system work in this game, like, does it invite you to random parties? Because if I see my top left, I'm in a party with 2 other people, and I guarantee I didn't join their party on my own.
No. Once in a while, this thing pops up on your menu. It's a 60-second countdown.
Okay.
And you can click the left or right button. If you click the left one, I think you join.
Okay, so I joined the party through that system.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
someone
I'm
invited you.
I'm playing with somebody else right now, Erhan. See, you said I wasn't. You weren't interacting. I'm interacting.
Yeah, you're not interacting. Just because there's a blue bar on your left doesn't mean you're interacting.
Oh, I'm interacting.
Omer, to be really contrarian, you should try and sell them gold.
Yeah, Shasta.
Go to MMOattack.com.
I prefer MMO tank. Come on.
By the way, I want to point out I can't believe that there are gold sellers on private servers. That was a pretty. That was an epiphany for me. Gold sellers are everywhere. So when
They are.
Moonlight Blade, and you know what I got to say though? I haven't gotten pinged once in this game.
It's
No
true.
Yeah,
messages, no links to gold selling.
Chinese figured it out. Well, in China, it's a crime. You get 20 years in a labor camp.
Hard labor camp.
They behead you in the back of a van.
Yeah.
And there's something about killing these mass groups of enemies too, because I think it's unfair to compare these trash mobs to like your idealized system either. Because like imagine if you're playing a traditional like Korean MMORPG or even like WoW, you're just killing one enemy at a time in mass instead of a whole bunch in mass. It's really the same thing,
Sure.
isn't it?
It depends, but I will say this. I think while it doesn't require any type of thinking, there's like a raw primal satisfaction in just sending tons and tons of enemies ragdolling towards a wall.
And I maintain there is thinking when you're fighting even like the basic like little tougher guy.
Yeah. Let
you
me
fight
think
something a
about
little
left
harder.
click, right click.
No, because if you don't dodge, you will die.
I'm
'cause-
shifting in a circle. As soon as
I don't
I'm
need
just
to
holding
dodge
shift-
these mass
Yeah, I'm
enemies. He's talking
holding
about.
shift and going in a circle while spamming my abilities down the line.
It's like,
Don't
I
tell
will
me
say-
anything different.
I'm just saying
Omer needs to use
I'm not
36
saying it's
brain
different.
cells.
My only argument was that it's very similar to other MMORPGs, and I don't think it's fair
sure,
to
sure.
to highlight just that element, Because then you're critiquing the entire genre more so than Moonlight Blade. Because I think this is
We'll
look,
save that for another time.
also we've seen how how excited people are for a game like Revelation, and I think this basically brings a very like Revelation-esque gameplay, but just more beautiful, more responsive.
How long do you think that Revelation Hype is gonna last? Be real.
That's what I was just gonna ask. What is it about Revelation? Maybe someone in chat can answer this for us. Revelation is it's a fine game, all that, but it doesn't. I don't know if it's warranting like tons of enthusiasm or just endless enthusiasm and whatnot. Like I've seen, it's fine. Is it just gonna be something that people play for a month and they're like, okay, what's next?
You know what? I would rather play today. The other one. What's the other game by Mai? The sci-fi one?
Skyforge? A lot of people shit on Skyforge.
I'd rather play Skyforge. To me, looks more interesting and compelling today than Revelation.
Someone's gonna be like, Skyforge sucks, Altai.
All right. I mean, maybe it's not great. It's not the best game, but it just seems more interesting to me than Revelation.
I liked Skyforge.
No, the thing is, Revelation was interesting until I played this. All right. I think a lot of people are gonna realize the same thing. Revelation was is interesting until you play Moonlight Blade. It just honestly feels like a better Revelation. But I'm curious, Matt, have you done the research at all? Do you think in China, Revelation is bigger than Moonlight Blade, or smaller? Because I have no idea.
Revelation is a lot bigger than that, but you can tell just by looking at it. Like, Revelation is one of NetEase's more popular games, whereas Moonlight Blade isn't really one of Tencent's more popular games. I mean, you can see that there aren't that many people running around any of the early game zones, which means there aren't a lot of people coming into the game right now. There aren't that many servers.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like really on the homepage of game.qq.com.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it's...
I think I know why. Revelation does have a streamlined PvP effort where it's more like a MOBA than straight up like Battleground, where you're controlling objectives and earning points, and I think that becomes the mainstay of the game.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I played the PvP. You gotta there's straight up duels and arenas, and then there's like a MOBA-esque mode where you kill monsters.
Open world.
There's open world PvP, yeah.
No, I mean there's
The
open
guilds?
world sieges.
Right, that too. So maybe it's just that Revelation has more content, more PvP content and whatnot than this game. Because I don't know, do you know if this is just going to be straight up raw PvP, or is it like guilds?
I have no idea. I don't
So I think
know.
that's going to be the ultimate question: is how much variety and content there is.
I know there's territory wars, but I don't know if it's faction based or guild based.
So I guess we'll see. Because content's important. Variety and content, I think, will sell more than pretty face.
Somebody in our chat made a good point. He says the whole respeccing and redistribution of points alone adds so much more endgame content as you attempt to refine your build. I think ability to refine your character build along with item build, if done properly, that alone can add so much, element of gameplay. Which is why I think Path of Exile has so much, lasting power. People are always playing with the, their gear and almost like the sphere grid system in that game to get the perfect character.
Sphere grids. What have you done, Final Fantasy X?
I always call it sphere grid now.
I think there are
Speaking of
very few
sphere grid,
people
I gotta
that
open mine up
actually
and
do that
start, playing
comparatively,
with it
though. I think there are very few people that actually want to sit there at endgame and mess with their builds over and over.
No, no,
comparatively,
no,
though.
100%. That's what I want to do, Matt. I enjoy playing with that shit and trying to
Yeah, and I'm saying you're part of a niche.
not at all. I think a lot of people are looking for
you're
that.
a niche.
I think a lot of people
Get
are looking for that.
niche-ade.
I mean,
Like,
look at
I
Path of
don't
Exile.
think-
I think that's one of the mass appeals
Path
of
of
the game.
Exile is popular, but I don't think that a lot of people that make it to endgame are just sitting there experimenting with their builds all the time.
I think again.
What else are you gonna do in Path of Exile?
Look, from my experience
Path
playing
of Exile.
MMORPG, I mean, look, there's a casual market and I guess more of a core market. So that's the most fun I've had in MMORPGs. It's just like fucking with my builds and trying to get like, whether it was Ultima, whether Diablo, even like Deok, like, and that's also the cool thing about having a lot of classes, and that's what I liked about EverQuest is like, just getting everything. And EverQuest also like you can only equip so many skills at once. So like trying to get the most appropriate skills, because you only equip like 10 skills at once. So you have a shit ton of skills, but you only equip so many. So you have you have to manage the slots as well. And just I don't know, having the perfect build, having the perfect stuff out there was some of the fun in that game. Obviously, it's not everything, but I think it's a pretty key part of the game.
I want to touch on a subject we haven't touched on yet. Oh boy. In this game, we mentioned before that it's fairly realistic against other fantasy MMORPGs, and that means there's no monsters, there's no dragons, it's not a fantasy universe. All the mobs you're gonna be fighting are gonna be humans.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? What's the roundtable opinion here? And someone mentioned this in chat, so thank you for doing that. Because most of these games, one of the selling points, like say a Terra, where you're fighting BAMs, and they're these big, intricately designed monsters, but we don't get that here. We just get humans who are more or less like ourselves. Is that an issue, or is that okay?
It's okay. I like it only because I haven't seen it before. I don't know if this is common
Yeah.
in China. Maybe this is like a thing in China. I don't know. But to me, it's new, so I like it.
Revelation has monsters, by the way, so
So it's not just China. This is actually unique.
I mean, I'm sure some other Chinese games also follow the same formula, but it is different from our Western perspective, so it's nice. But again, just killing the same enemies, it kind of makes you miss like the different art style of different enemies. Like I don't know.
I mean, I haven't missed monsters. I'll be honest. And by monsters, guys, we're level 20, right? In our 20s. To us, what would monsters be at this point? Wolves,
Boars, boars, and boars and boars.
Yeah. Rats.
No, that's not true though. That's not.
No,
true.
come on.
In
Come
most
on.
RPGs, by level 20, you've already killed.
You
some
fight
type of
trolls, you fight
enormous
ogres.
kobold
Yeah.
or something ridiculous. So
Enormous kobolds? You mean
Alright.
little baby kobolds?
no, big kobolds.
Big
The ones that
kobolds.
live in the center. They're the ones
Look,
like the ant queen.
These kinds of quests in MMORPGs have to die, alright? These stupid quests where you walk up to an injured guy and you click your action key, your character bends over, plays with their fingers, and you heal them. And you do it 3 times to complete the quest. Literally every MMORPG has this. Why? Like,
All right, let it be known, Omer hates helping people.
No, listen.
He hates helping people.
No, listen. What does this add? I'm curious. Like, I get the kill quest because, like, at least we're playing the game, right? When you have to like, smash the pots, you have to get the items from the chests. So it's like, I hate those quests. It's such a little thing, but like, I've already done like 5 sets of those already. It takes no time, but like, I hate those quests in games. At least maybe you gather flowers like that are not next to each other. That way I can like maybe make a potion for a sick guy. That makes like, some sense. But I don't know. Beyond that, I hate those kind of quests.
So you hate gathering quests.
So let me ask, how's the grind this game? How bad is it? You basically just questing. You gain a shit ton of experience, but you level pretty quickly so far early on.
I gotta say, since we started, I started at level 10. I'm level 17.
Nice.
There you go.
So, and we've been
40
streaming for
minutes.
40 minutes. I don't like that personally. It means that my number is meaningless. And
No. It does slow down, obviously, though. I mean, I started at 25 or 26, but obviously, because I love them 20 to 25 very quickly because the quests were super generous, but it's slowed down since.
What are you at now? I'm at 27.
I'm almost 27.
Here's how fast the leveling is. I only recently noticed there was an experience bar. Before I just thought like it was hidden.
Come
I
on.
didn't know where the experience bar was. But in a game like WoW or Vanilla WoW at least, I was always looking at that bar and waiting and watching
count
the
your,
game
you
shout.
count your bars till you hit the
Well,
next level.
that was the case in any game where experience was slower paced, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody looks at their experience bar in MapleStory anymore, and ever. There's no reason for the first like 80 levels, you don't have to look at it,
That's true.
But there's something weird too about the progression. Like you gain so little experience with killing these dummy NPCs. I'm at 47.97. When I kill this guy, I'm at. He literally gave me 0. I'm still at 47.97. So you gain so little experience with killing individual enemies. You get it from doing your quests.
Mm-hmm. I like grinding mobs sometimes. I don't want to always have to do quests. So
That's
it's
fair.
I think it's a shame.
You get a bit of both. Don't worry, because a lot of your quests are kill these massive hordes of enemies anyway. So you get that experience.
Why is it that my helmet is really just a new haircut?
That's the thing in this game. Helmets or haircuts. You
I know.
carry around different hairstyles.
Why did I even bother?
Just think of them as wigs. That's what I do.
I like
my
them.
immersion.
I like it, all right? Because if a certain wig makes you look even cuter, I don't care if the stats are better. I'm going to wear the cute one, all right?
I guess it makes more sense historically than giving you a helmet, because what kind of helmet would you wear? I don't know.
It's nicer because it makes it more important, all right?
You have to hide the hairpiece though, or else it'll take over your original hair.
Oh, I've noticed. So far, I've been okay with it. I may have to change it later. Very particular about my character's haircut.
What nags me about the combat, like when I'm fighting little tougher enemies, I feel like at least like half my attacks are utterly useless, right? I attack for like 2 damage on my melee attack on like more tough enemies, but when I click my R attack, which is my character just does a massive like CC, that move does like 200 damage, and my default attack does like 2 damage against little like tougher enemies. So I feel like certain abilities just feel hella weak against like the bosses.
I have 2 abilities worth doing. The rest I either just don't do or just do because I'm bored and I'm waiting for my cooldown.
The
Yeah,
only
I
on
actually use
bosses
all my
for me.
abilities.
Only on bosses for me it's like that. The regular enemies I'm still like I do everything.
Yeah, no, I use all my abilities all the time. Maybe I'm stupid. I'm not optimizing, but I'm having fun doing that. Okay, another thing I wanted to say. The combat in this game, the best word I think for it, for me so far in my experience, cinematic. It's a it's a cinematic experience. Your character, some of my moves, my character jumps like 30 feet in the air, chucks her spear through somebody, and then punches them in the face. Like, it's pretty fun. I don't know how you guys feel about just the animations, but I think they're stellar. Stellar is the word. I have never used that one before, but I'm calling Moonlight Blade's combat stellar. So
There it is.
I'm gonna do some research out of curiosity how big Revelation is in China. I mean, Matt did say it was big and it was advertised on their homepage, but I don't remember seeing it on the top list on 17173 or those other Chinese gaming sites. But again, Moonlight Blade wasn't there either.
Does anyone know what the max level is?
3,000.
I think it's like 50 or 55.
Really? I thought it was at least
Yeah.
60.
Might be up to 70, but I might be confusing that with something else. But I think it's around 55. I think.
Also, there's some customization that like I'm not quite familiar with, because if you look at these menus, I think if you click on the bottom right, it's one of these options. You bring up this like map. You click on your character. You can see some trees, some skill trees of sorts. I'm not sure what these do. Obviously, the problem with playing any foreign game, the intricacies and some of your development, you're not going to know right away, because there is no English patch. But if you're dedicated, you can find all the translations online. But as a right now casual play, I'm not sure what these customizations do. This one's glowing, but I can't quite get it just yet. So
You guys notice how much it rains in this game?
yeah, only
and
dramatic
and the rain
sequences.
looks good. It looks really,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
the
It's
rain
one of the
does
best
look
rain
good.
I've seen. Very important to have nice rain in your game. You actually see it spatter against the floor.
Is that what you do when you get that black desert feel with the the blurry background? Same as Blade and Soul.
All right, predictions, boys.
Prediction time.
When this game comes to the West, will it do well after 1 month after release?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
It was a yes or no question. I don't need details.
I gotta tell you why. I gotta tell you why.
I want to know. Alright, fine.
All right, here's the why. Look at the amount of people excited for Revelation. I think it was mind blowing. You know, God bless my.com is gonna make a killing on that game. It just everyone was willing to play the game despite the the translation issues. If this game launches with decent translations and and it just works, I think the hype is gonna be much bigger. Even if they all quit later, the first month, 2 months, I think it'll do very well. It's just way more impressive, I think. At least in the first 5 hours, first 10 hours.
This is like to me. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, I think this is gonna have the same problem Age of Wushu did here. Basically,
was that?
Age of Wushu, a lot of people seem to have gotten confused when you exit your school. You kind of lose all your quests. Like, there's no quests anymore. It's like an open world. You have dailies, I think, like all these other games that have that kind of same system. But it's like a sandbox, and nobody really knew what to do, and they got confused and they quit. And I think that that's going to be the core problem that this and Revelation face in the long.
Interesting. So people want that that hallway is what you're saying. The hallway is what people actually want. They need to know where to go.
When you start it with that to introduce them to the game, they get confused when you just drop them out.
That's true. That's a good point.
And I mean, if it starts out with no direction, basically, then the people that don't want that just kind of phase out immediately. They don't know what they're doing. They quit. Like Mortal Online had. There were so many people that played the Mortal Online beta, and there was nobody at release.
That's a rough game. You gotta really love Mortal Online to play Mortal Online.
That game, you literally do nothing for the first 20 hours.
Oh, I played it. I remember.
The first 20 hours, you literally do nothing. You have no idea what you're doing.
Man, do you know what you do in the first 40 hours of Entropia Universe? If you don't want to pay money, you collect shit, and then you sell it.
It's called
so
sweat.
Else.
Come on.
Yeah, it's not sweat, but it's just shit.
And you can make a whole 5 cents an hour gathering that sweat and selling it for real life currency. All right, it's a living.
That one always shocks me.
There are videos on YouTube how to make money in Entropia Universe. And
I looked it up.
And those girls, just go sweating. Yeah, just go sweating, bro. It's yeah, you go sweating. You have to sweat for 10 hours and you make 30 cents. Not even JK. What a nonsensical game. But I mean,
die again. Wow.
So I'm stuck now. I don't know what to do or where to go. I talked to this NPC for my quest, and it says I cannot for 15 minutes. I can't talk to her apparently.
You gotta. Well, I'll probably end up where you are soon. So
where am I?
What's your experience right now at level 27?
Almost halfway, I'd say.
All right, I still have a little bit to go.
A little more than halfway.
Let's see what I gotta do for this quest.
Actually, I changed provinces though. To be honest, I am now. I'm in the province below the one you're at, but I think the quest line will take you here. You want to show the map of China? I think it's a very nice looking map.
As soon as I kill this little mini boss over here.
I gotta say, this map. I know this is my last comparison to Revelation, then I'm done. I think we gotta get off the subject, but this reminds me of Revelation Online's map. It does. It really does. Because right.
Yes,
I
it
know-
does. You click M, you see it. I know.
It's the same map.
You guys seen
Not-
the world
Isn't
map?
it set in
Not
China?
in the world. I don't know.
It is set in China, yes. That's another thing I noticed. A lot of these Chinese MMORPGs are actually based in China. Like, I'm not saying inspired by China. I mean, like, based in China. Like, the map is the map of China.
Imagine if a Western MMORPG took place in New Jersey.
I mean, a lot of Western games are kind of inspired by, like, you know, England, Britannia, whatever, right? But it's not the same geography.
Right,
But
right.
in these games, it's literally China with the provinces, you know?
Somebody said
like
no
that, it's
wings.
cool.
I'm sure we'll get no. It's trying to be more realistic. So maybe we might not get wings, but there is a flying system. At
You
level,
fly on a sword.
level 50 or 60 or so. Yeah, you fly on a sword, and a few other things probably.
As
Maybe
far
as
as
I know-
parasol, I may just use the parasol.
That makes sense. Why not?
And to get political for a minute,
Uh-oh.
if you go to the world map, guys, you'll notice that Tibet is not a region you can visit. Tibet is not part of China. Hashtag freedom. All right.
Wait, what about where's Taiwan?
You're right.
Taiwan's the first DLC.
Oh, there is one game that the map is exactly Europe. World War II Online.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I wonder
that
why.
kind of has to be. Yeah. Watch World War II Online is set in Canada. It's like fuck it. Let's make it in
I
Canada.
think it's like 1/2 scale too. I think it's literally like 1/2 scale. That world is
Pretty
huge.
cool. There's a game coming out that's about the Civil War. It had a successful Kickstarter and everything. I think it has a competent team, and it uses the exact same battlefields from the Civil War.
Is it called Gettysburg?
It's not Gettysburg. I don't
Wait,
think-
are you talking about? Hold on.
I remember that. We reported that a while ago.
All right, Gumby. I'm putting you on the spot right now. All
Wait,
right,
we reported
No,
it.
you put me on the spot.
Gumby, I'm
Are
putting
you
you on the spot.
You're not talking about Ultimate General Civil War, are you?
No.
All right, Gumby, on the spot. You ready for this? You brought up the Civil War. Okay, so
No, don't because.
can
I'm
you
gonna get it
name
wrong.
3 battles
can't.
in the Civil War?
No.
Everyone knows Gettysburg.
three?
Everyone knows Gettysburg.
No.
Gettysburg. I know, like.
The
let me think.
Gettysburg doesn't count.
Okay, you gotta name 3 more. No.
Clearly, the Battle of the Bulge.
That's
Hold on. Let me see if I can name
That was
3.
World War II.
Yeah.
I got two easy ones off the bat.
I got
Battle
Bunker Hill.
of
Bunker Hill.
Shiloh.
Bunker Hill.
You don't-
Bull Run 1-2 done.
Bull Run. No, I ain't
That's
counting
not
Bull Run
fair.
2.
Bullshit.
Bull
Bull
Run
Run
the
1
sequel. Bull
Yeah, I
Run
always
Part
remember,
2.
Battle of Shiloh because that movie with the dog.
Yeah.
You know that movie
I don't
with
know
the
if
dog
it was
Shiloh?
that, but that was a big battle. I think it was the biggest single-day casualty.
Yeah, there was a dog in the middle, and they had to save the dog so the boy.
So the dog can play basketball and
Hashtag not based on a real story. Hashtag
So
dogs
this-
didn't matter back then.
So the dog could play League of Legends and keep up with everyone.
So it's a Civil War, Iron Man versus Captain America, Spider-Man versus Ant-Man, and Hawkeye versus Vision. Nailed it.
Nailed it. You got
That's pretty good. Yeah, you got it.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, I feel like I can only name like 2 or 3 at most. RIP. American history.
Atlanta.
That was a
Fuck
battle.
off.
Yeah, Battle of Atlanta.
Just name cities then.
You basically can just name the cities if you're not.
Yeah, that's not fair. You gotta pick the fun ones. You gotta pick the ones that you wouldn't normally know.
But
Alright.
Atlanta's the fun
Alright.
one. Sherman burned the city down.
Good old Sherman.
That's why you
And that's
got a
how you
tank
get
named
tanks
after him.
named after you.
Yeah. You burn down cities. I'm curious what we gain for killing this mob group. What's my XP? Can't see it. 1524.
So as far as my Chinese goes, I have to wait 11 minutes for my next quest. Hope I'm reading that right, because that's what it seems like to me.
Hopefully I have enough time to catch up to you. I'm gonna duel you when I get there.
Okay.
You know they
Oh.
teach Chinese in some grammar schools now. I wish I knew it.
Honestly, I feel like language barriers suck. Do you think we'll ever have a system in the
Yeah,
future where we all just speak the
very
same
deep.
language? Yeah, I offer the
Deep
best
for me,
insight, alright? Like, look, I can't watch my hentai still. I gotta wait for the subs to come out. Come on.
You don't need to
Man
break the
can't do
language
that.
barrier. AI is gonna just translate it all for us on the spot.
But I
Your
need the
Google
I
phone.
need the original voice actor though, so we can't do it without the AI voice acting can't emulate the human.
Oh, just wait till you're 80.
What's that? Oh. Well, I can't get it up then. Come on. What's even the point?
No, you can. There are ways. Don't worry. You gotta talk to some old people.
Ni hao. Let's practice our Chinese while you wait. Su,
E
sure.
Su.
Oh, here we go. This is something I used to bring up in all the podcasts. You mean Mandarin or Cantonese? I was told it doesn't. You might as well not even bother. On my computer, it says Chinese simplified. So
The written
that's what we're
language is
going
the
by
same
here.
between them, because it's symbolic.
Because they
You
use
can learn
symbols.
to read Chinese without speaking Chinese. You can just speak English.
Mm-hmm.
I actually took a lot of damage in this fight, even though there's just trash mobs. But these, like, one other weird thing is when you kill a group of enemies, they almost spawn instantly. Have you noticed that? Like the second they're down, like 5 seconds later, they'll respawn sometimes in the same exact spot. I kind of wish I could show you the cities too. As soon as I get to a city, because they look absolutely stunning too.
No, Cantonese is not slang. It's a separate language.
Cantonese is slang.
Whoever told you
Somebody-
that was just racist.
or just trolling you hardcore.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's like saying German is just slang English. It sounds rougher.
Or no, or Dutch is slang German, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
similar.
there it is.
So what are we? Where are you guys at?
All right,
I'm at,
let's see.
I don't know how to tell, man.
I'm in the same zone. You click. I'm the eye with the colon to the left right now.
What?
The same area I was in. If you look at the map,
Oh,
yeah,
I am in the southeastern most province.
south,
below you
never
guys.
east. Okay, I see. I'm almost there. I think I'm doing more quests in here.
You mean Southeast Province?
I think my brother said this earlier. The game runs really well on older PCs too, because the graphics settings are quite like expansive. But I mean, I'm getting a little bit of lag because I'm recording as well as streaming at the same time. But this game, again, I cannot. Like, it's the prettiest looking game I've seen. Like, I think this looks way prettier than Black Desert. What do you guys think?
No,
Yeah, you don't think so?
I'm playing on a low setting, so I don't
Okay,
know.
you're playing on low settings. Matt and Gumby.
Don't want to answer.
No, I'll answer. Give me a second. I'm just.
All right, you think about it, Matt. I need a definitive answer. These two pussies can't give me an answer.
What?
Whoa.
Do you think this game looks better visually than Black Desert or worse?
I think it's lower quality overall than Black Desert.
Wow, I thought it was more visually impressive to me.
I don't see that.
No. And that actually brings me to an important point that when I was going through character creation, I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, it's like Black Desert. I can click and drag on the characters on the face.
Only the
And
face.
then it gave me less options.
Yeah. Only,
Like you can change things, but not enough. It's like it clearly wants you to be this character.
well, in fairness, I mean there is no boob slider. That alone disqualifies it. You know.
Oh.
Well, if you look, you know how you can tell when you look at the when you stop looking at foliage, and you kind of look at the flat environment in the distance there. It kind of has that. It's like advanced pea soup. I mean, it still looks good, but Black Desert, I think they don't have any of that. I think pretty sure if I remember right, Black Desert pretty much has grassland everywhere. So just rendering that probably kills their view distance compared to this, but makes it more detailed than a single screenshot. Also, some of the rock textures are pretty low when you run up a mountain.
Rock textures always suck if you find like the certain rock on the mountain that they didn't actually mean to like you know.
Okay. I'm not
64
even
by
talking
64.
about that. I'm not even talking about that. If you zoom in on the characters, which are always like the highest quality thing,
Mhm.
Black Deserts almost looked real when we first saw them. I did not ever get that feeling. about
Really?
them, like-
I thought they looked beautiful. I don't know, but I don't know. I really like them.
No, I don't think anyone's saying
Yeah.
they don't. I think the game is still gorgeous, but
Oh, this guy's kicking my ass almost. I gotta juke this guy.
You compared it to the gold standard for graphics right now. What are you doing?
What?
you know what though? This shows China can definitely meet that gold standard, no problem.
No, this game is beautiful though. I mean, maybe it's not like I maintain in my so I think it looks better overall. So some of the graphics are sharper in BDO, but I remember playing both games on max settings, and I think this game looks a little bit prettier.
Video also has a lot better graphics effects, so that there's no way.
Yeah, I'm with Matt. I don't. It's no way. Like, I think you maybe you forgot it more. You gotta replay it
All right,
with your 1080. You know.
It looks the same. Don't worry. Between the 970 and the 1080, there's no difference.
All right.
So I reinstalled it thinking I'm gonna be blown away, and it was the same game, and then I couldn't handle it. So
why am I killing this guy again? I'm good with him. All right, hopefully this guy doesn't mind while I just casually open some chests behind him. Fuck. Why'd I aggro this guy? I gotta kill him again now. Because he respawned so quickly. He's like, I gotta loot this chest behind him, but I aggroed him by accident because I'm retarded.
Well, guys, we messed up. Don't we know that Elder Scrolls Online is the most beautiful game out there right now?
Yeah, it has good graphics, but I don't think it's quite in the running for best looking game. Alright, we're good. Oh my god, Matt brings up a good point. He asked somebody if you've seen Terra on lowest graphics. I actually showed Erhan that post on MMORPG of games on the lowest settings. and like Terra and what was it? What was the other game on there? It looks so bad on lowest settings. Like the game is like, it's almost like a whole different game on lowest possible settings. Makes me appreciate having a non-toaster PC.
Well, at least they make those options available,
Yeah.
so more people can play them.
That's true. But I feel like at that point, you're just better off not playing. I don't know. When it looks that bad. Like, I think graphics
experience it though.
Yeah, but graphics aren't everything, obviously. But when a game looks so, like, disgusting, like, it can be offensive at a certain graphic level.
Yeah, graphics aren't everything, but they are something.
Yes.
You gotta start somewhere.
Like, 2D games can look good with, like, shit graphics. But certain, like, 3D realistic games can look awful on, like, the lowest settings. What do I do for this quest? I gotta click on this. Oh, man. We got... this is taking me a roundabout way. Actually, let's kill this guy first. I can imagine some of the tougher bosses in this game being hella fun to try, like, grinding out and beating. You guys make predictions? When do you think this will make it to the West?
2018.
2018, yeah.
It's gonna be a long time. In fact, I'm hoping that the Western announcement motivates someone to make a English patch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very surprised there never was one, because most games get some type of rudimentary English patch at least. We even had Soul Worker had an English patch,
Yeah.
right? Didn't we install an English patch? Yeah.
I'm gonna say if there's a chance of like December of 2017 for like an open beta, all right, or closed
You're an
beta,
optimist.
closed
No.
beta, closed beta.
No.
All right. We can see
This
my
hasn't
skill
even
system
launched
here.
in Korea.
Yeah, it'll
sure.
launch in Korea first.
Has it been announced for Korea? Yeah, it has. Nexon's doing it.
They have a website
Yeah,
for
I know.
Korea. What are you talking about?
I remember we talked about the lolly class, the
I think
lolly
Nexon's
race.
gonna publish it in the West too. I bet they will.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Who? All right, here we go. Who's gonna get the publishing rights for the West? Everyone cares about this question. It's
Nexon.
gonna be
or-
it's gonna be Area Games.
No, it's not area.
No,
They're
Area's
gonna,
done.
they're gonna sit on it.
Has Area ever actually published like a mainland game, or only Taiwanese?
Just X Legend games. I think. I mean, I think they have a few Chinese browser games they're publishing. If those even count.
Nope.
All right. Also, there's a skill system here where we have the sphere grid. Not entirely sure what we're doing here. All I know is if I click on this, we might get a new one. Nope, I have not enough skills there yet. We got a few of these. Things are happening. Oh, get your pockets, get your wallet ready for those cash shop and founders packs. Oh,
There will be Founders Packs undoubtedly.
Suda
There-
Hero, that's
there's
a good
no
guess.
way Perfect World is
Why?
gonna pick. There's no way Perfect World would,
Why?
because it's a competitor's game.
Yeah. I don't know.
But if they can make money, what do they care?
Yeah. Plus, they have experience.
I
Like,
don't see it happening.
but let's be real. Like, Tencent probably has like a better relationship with like a company like Perfect World, where they're in the same market. They compete with each other than like a company that they don't deal with, like Area, like or any of those obscure Western publishers.
Yo, I just found a bug. I'm glitched. I can't play.
Oh, baby.
I jumped. Oh no, I just got out of it. I jumped over a building.
Wrong
and it's
weapon.
as if I got magnetically pulled to the roof. I couldn't get off of it. What do we think about Blade and Soul? I think Blade and Soul is old news, and it's not even a year old in the West.
I like Blade and Soul. I'm hoping. I mean, I haven't seen a game have the same kind of combat in a while. This game kind of has a similar, like vaguely similar action combat system, but it's not as like tactical as as
Blade and Soul's
Soul.
1 year anniversary is next week.
1 year Western anniversary.
Yeah,
It's been out for
Western.
years in Korea. I keep having issues like what weapon should I have equipped? This one. I think that one's good.
If you never played Blade and Soul, it's definitely worth giving a try if you have any interest.
Oh, definitely.
It is free. It's definitely something you ought to experience. Experience. These aren't games, they're experiences.
Wow.
Deep.
Vice.com.
I want to see if we have other mounts. Like, I'm tired of my horse already. Let's turn this one to glue and get a new one. Let's upgrade.
Omer has a lot of bets, Ray. So which? Oh, Blaine Soul. Blaine Soul's free to play.
I think Black Desert is what Ray's probably meant.
Oh yeah.
I still have time for Black Desert. I still got time. Not much time, but we got time. All right. Not much time for. I think the most recent one. The first bet that's gonna expire is if Battleborn goes free to play or not. So far, I'm losing that bet, but I think I got like a few weeks left or a month.
It's never gonna happen.
Why?
I think they would prefer to crash and burn than go free to play.
They're going to crash and burn.
I think that whoever is running the program over there, he really hates the idea, and I think he'd rather kill the project than go free to play. But human emotions always interfere.
What are you talking about?
Battleborn.
Yeah, no, Battleborn is never going free.
Never.
Matt.
He's too prideful.
Didn't you read the post? You saw that post too, Matt? With they basically adamantly said we're never gonna go free to play.
Yeah, Randy Pitchford has too much pride.
That's it, Randy
He said
Pitchford.
that he said that Duke Nukem Forever was a good game after he insisted it was a good game.
Listen,
so
he
has too much pride.
He's gonna get kicked off the project, all right, and someone's gonna.
No, he's the president.
He's gonna get kicked. The board's gonna throw him out. He can get fired.
He's the whole board too. It's just clones of
The company's
Pitchford
publicly
around
traded. They change executives all the time. Look, I'm gonna email. Listen.
Okay, if they were gonna get rid of Randy Pitchford, they would have done it a long time
Yo,
ago.
here's what I'm gonna do to win my bet. I'm gonna buy one share of the company. All right, it is publicly traded. All right, it's Take-Two, right?
You're gonna go to the investors meeting.
And I'm gonna go to the annual investors meeting and be like, the reason this company is not soaring is because of this game is not free to play. All right, I'll go there with like these diagrams and everything. I'll present myself as an expert, and I'm gonna insist on it. I'll threaten to vote my one share against them if they don't follow my recommendation.
They'll definitely cower them.
Got it.
All right, Omar, I'm back in your province. Do you know how to add me to a party or something so we can meet up?
I'm in a party with like another. My party's growing. All right, we got 4 people in here now. We're rocking. All right, I'm having a blast with my party. Just Mal, he's looking forward to playing Crowfall or Camelot Unchained. Both games have potential. Looking forward to trying them.
I've not had a chance to. I don't think any of us have tried Crowfall, but
I've seen videos.
we'll
Does that count?
No.
I feel like if you've seen a Let's Play, you've basically played the game, all right? Thoughts?
No.
Why?
It's like halfway. It's halfway there.
Eh.
You gotta feel it.
You gotta feel it.
You gotta feel the game out. It's like people watching this aren't really. They're not.
They're basically
Like,
playing. They're basically
gonna
playing.
feel
We're
the
we're
state
grinding
of-
together. Anyone
Okay.
watch this video, you're playing Moonlight Blade right now, all right? Just feel it. You're playing it. Blackstar, I think Crowfall has the hype to get a lot of people to try it. You know, hype helps a lot because it gets everyone to try your game. I'm sure a lot of good games just never get people to try it. But hype lets people to try it.
Actually, don't see that many people hype fall on an average day.
Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing about it. I've been hearing about it for a long time. Like, did you hear about
I like their
Revelation?
videos.
Did you hear about Revelation like ever before my.com? I picked it up.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it. I haven't heard one word about it, and I follow like generally a lot of these Chinese industry news. Only because I actually follow the like Tencent. I used to follow Perfect World when they were in America.
On
Like-
Twitter, right? You follow their tweets?
No,
I
I,
follow them on MySpace.
I've actually read all of Perfect World's earnings conference calls where they ask questions to the management. All right, and it's always in Chinese, but there's
I read their Zenga
translations.
journals. Very emotional.
Is Zenga still a thing?
I think it still exists as a domain.
I remember Zenga though.
Zenga, the site for edgy middle schoolers to post how much they hate Greg the bully.
Slipstream says, "Oh my god, I'm having so much fun playing Moonlight Blade right now." So he's playing. Look, Slipstream by watching our stream, he is playing. All right. Blackstar, I think Shards looks promising as well, only because I grew up playing Ultima. But beyond that, I don't know if Shards Online is going to appeal to like the mass market. I feel like people that played Ultima Online back in the day will have a reason to try Shards, but a lot of other people will be like, "What the hell is this?" But who knows? Maybe they'll make it more approachable. All right, this quest now. I'm like in a town in the middle now, ish. No, I'm in the town at the bottom. I'm I'm near your quest now, right?
Town in the bottom.
I'm 27. I'm almost level 28, so I feel like I should be near you.
So if you add me to a party somehow.
All right, let me add you. I'll do it. It's one of these buttons.
All right, MIRY.
All right, can I whisper you?
Do you guys think games let you level quick so that developers don't have to create as much content to keep you at one level? Like, if one quest levels you up, you don't need to create 10 quests for that one level.
Oh wow.
Is that it? Makes development cheaper and easier?
That's definitely part of it.
Besides the fact that it's what people want, because they want that satisfaction of leveling.
Satisfaction.
Does this game have soul for me? Yes, it does have soul.
Really?
Yeah, I think this has more soul than... I love that people harp on that. It was just a bullshit thing to say, but... yeah, I think this has more... This has more soul in between these green pea soup mountains here and while I'm fighting. I feel like there's some character. This doesn't feel as corporate.
I'm sure it's corporate too. All these games are
Doesn't
It is
feel
corporate.
as corporate.
Whoa.
I actually died. No.
I said feel. I don't know what it is. There's a difference between feeling and what it is.
No, I just think that was an amusing way to.
Oh, I don't
think that's
know. It's an amusing way to use the word soul to begin with. It doesn't really mean anything.
You like when you die, you can instantly it doesn't feel kind of cheap that when you die, if you wait for like the timer, you can literally just resurrect exactly where you died. Doesn't that just feel weird? Like whatever happened to whatever happened to like at least punishing people for dying a little bit.
You gotta run halfway across the map.
By the way,
that's not punishment.
okay, which one? Oh my god, I clicked on your name, right? Because I whispered to you.
Mm-hmm.
You do it too on your end, right? Do you see how many options there are when you right click on my name on the chat window?
I don't see your name.
I right clicked you. I whispered to you. I said sup.
All
right, is it that
I
button?
see. Oh, Schniker.
There is a. I'm gonna try every single option. All right. To invite my party. I can view your character sheet. I do feel like we've lost like a penalty for dying. I feel like games, they gotta take the stick out once in a while. You know, it's a carrot and a stick. You know, they want to make you keep playing. I'm reporting you, Miri.
I think durability loss is enough, because it's a money sink. It helps with the economy. Gives your money some value. Because if you don't repair and then you end up in like, you know, a dungeon or something and you have broken gear, you just look like an asshole. So you don't want to die.
You don't want to die.
Well, also then if you die, there's a penalty because it hinders your ability to play.
By the way, you got reported. Aaron, how do you feel about that?
Thank you.
No problem.
Man, I'm on a quest I can't figure out, boys. I have to open some inventory or some menus, and there's like a red bag here. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, that's the perils of playing a non-localized game.
Yeah.
I think it's good to, it's, you know, if people are like, curious about these games to check them out. It's hard to get super invested in them to like the late game, because even if you like look at the translation, it's always a little struggle, you know.
If you remember where we fought those like bosses, like the orc guy and stuff, I'm near that area. If you know where that is.
You could teleport around if you want to meet me. Can you meet me at the? Can you meet me in like the middle bottom town, like not the one near the dock, the one right above the dock?
With the orange scroll?
Orange scroll. There are scrolls in every single town area, it looks like.
The orange one, the big orange one. Is that what you mean? Or no?
If you look at the stream, you'll see. I'm looking at my cursor's on the teleport spot. I can meet you right there.
Okay. Wait.
And then we'll duel over there.
I gotta take a week.
Have at it.
I will. I am. I have my jug right here.
Oh, nice. I want to hear the splash. Put it near the mic. Somebody mentioned you can actually like teleport a lot in this game. So somebody made a comment in my video saying one of the cons of, you know, it has this beautiful world and big world, but you just teleport around everywhere, and it lets you kind of get around places super easily, which kind of cheapens that giant
I don't
world.
like teleport.
I
don't like teleports at all.
Since you don't like to teleport, I'm gonna take the horse to that town tomorrow.
Wow, just teleport there. You click the teleport button on the at F1, I believe.
Oh yeah. No, mine's not cooldown for 600 seconds.
Yeah, the teleport has a pretty monstrous cooldown though. It's like 5 minutes. Actually, like 10 minutes. Never mind.
All right, this is the ultimate showdown, guys. We're not gonna duel.
All right, it's for all the marbles. What level are you?
29.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm only 28. I was about to say 27, but I just leveled up.
Pretty close. Don't worry.
All right, I'll still kick your ass. No potions, right? Let's keep it real. No potions.
Well, you only get one anyway, right? per
Ah,
fight?
but I mean, we gotta do this man mode.
Fine. No potions.
Oh, I just triggered an instance quest. Shit. Hopefully it's a quick. Hopefully it's a quickie. Oh man, no, we started instance. All right. Hopefully after this little thing is done, we'll duel.
All right.
All right, let's go. We gotta go this way. Did you guys watch the? I know Matt did. Erhan and Gumby, did you guys watch the Switch thing?
Yeah, I watched
Nintendo
parts
Switch
of
thing?
it, yeah. Yep.
Look, I'm calling it right. Gumby, have you seen it? They announced all the Nintendo stuff.
Gumby is AWOL.
He's peeing. All right, how awful is the name is Mario Odyssey? Look, I think the game looks okay, interesting, right? But the name Odyssey, like, what kind of kids can't pronounce the word Odyssey? Why make a game with the name Odyssey in it? And a Mario game.
I have a bigger complaint. You know that Jimquisition thing we watched on Open World?
Yeah.
So why does the new Zelda game have like an open world? Who wanted an open world Zelda?
I mean, it depends how they do it. We'll see. That's like the only like first party game that's like people, I don't know, people can get excited about though.
I don't think that it's a strong enough lineup. I think
I don't think
Arms
it's that
looks-
popular. Adetta, Kuma.
1-2 Switch, they want it to replace... okay, apparently, so what they want to do with 1-2 Switch is they want it to replicate the success of the Wii Fit.
Mhm.
And I'm just sitting there like, what? This is what you came up with. And Arms looks like it has no depth whatsoever. It's gonna be
Okay,
one of those
Arms looked
fun
kind of
games.
fun though. Come on, it looked kind of silly and fun. I would love to
Arms-
try that right now if I could. I don't
Arms is
know
gonna
if
be one of those, okay, Arms is going to be one of those silly party games that you guys have fun with for like an hour and never play again. That's what everybody is going to do with it.
Who knows? It might be the
Right
next
now.
Smash Brothers. I don't know.
It won't.
Smash Brothers never made to be competitive and end up being competitive.
It's not a comparison at all.
I don't know.
It's not a comparison.
Why? Smash Brothers never made to be competitive, but ended up becoming like ridiculously competitive and awesome. You never know. You know, I'm wrong about a lot of things. I mean, I predicted that tablets would like be retarded because everyone's got big phones already. Like, why does anybody need a tablet when phones are like, you have phones, laptops already? Like, what the hell's a tablet? And I was hella wrong.
Pull up my tablet. It's great for reading. And BSing.
Well, they do say tablets have kind of stagnated. So
I mean, I thought they wouldn't be nearly as big as they are today.
Well, when do you ever need to replace a tablet? Like a phone, you can replace because you're on a contract. A tablet, you buy once and you're done once you break it.
I mean, and the other problem is right now it's mostly like first-party titles again. The third parties aren't coming off strong for a
whoa,
long
you got Skyrim. Come on. Who's heard of that? You know, nobody's ever played Skyrim before. You can play Skyrim on the Switch.
Oh, Nintendo?
Yeah.
Lukewarm.
Nintendo
lukewarm.
Switch.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill this whole army of
Tepid.
soldiers.
tepid. All right, I'm in the wagon of that town.
Yeah, I'm almost there. As soon as I finish this story quest, I'm there.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna make my prediction. It's gonna sell out for the first month or so, like basically everything Nintendo
yeah.
does, and it'll sell out at Christmas. But other than that, it's not gonna sell well.
Will it do worse or better than the Wii U?
It can't do worse than the Wii U. It's literally impossible.
Yeah, Wii U had an awful start. It picked up a little bit, but still not doing great.
There's actually hype for the Switch. There was no hype for the Wii U.
The Wii U was like, what?
It came out, and I looked at it, I'm like, Target? Is this a peripheral? And then I looked into it, and then everybody else was like, it's a peripheral, right? Because the first time I saw the Wii U was in like a Target ad or something. One of those like little newspapers, booklets that they send out. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Black Star
first-
Nintendo. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the first time I heard the name, I thought they meant like something like Brain Academy, or whatever it's called, Wii University.
Oh yeah, that's true.
金玉石，你今天若是不把孔雀领图谱和诸神残篇交出来，
Though, okay, the presentation was cringy as fuck. Okay, the presentation for the Switch was cringy.
Matt,
Now let's switch. Whatever. Snap. And
They did it every time. It was so funny.
it was so cringy, but I think it may have been the best marketing that Nintendo has done in years, even though it was cringy.
Sock, I agree 100%. Of course, humans suck at predicting the future. I've been very wrong in my predictions on a lot of things. And look, who knows? I think it's possible they could blow it out of the water. I just think that Nintendo is very reluctant to change. I don't know. Just embrace what they're good at. They're good at DS. They're good at like they rock the DS market. Just do DS and mobile games and first-party games, and Nintendo will be, you know, rocking it.
Yeah, I don't get what their problem is.
Yeah.
I hear the Mario mobile game's not doing too hot anymore.
It still sold a shit ton. Like, how much do you think that game cost to make? And they made probably over 100 million in revenue,
they made out well.
if not more. Probably way more.
The problem with the Mario game, $10 mobile auto runner that you just tap to jump or whatever.
But I mean, they sold a shit ton, you know? People playing it.
It undersold by like all projections.
But then you could say the projections were optimistic. But for the cost of developing that game versus the revenue and profit they're going to make from it, I think they made a lot of money. And they could churn those out every week if they wanted to, I think.
Nintendo was disappointed in sales, though. That's my point. Oh yeah, that's a good point. So now you're gonna have to pay to play online, basically, with the Switch. There'll be online services that are gonna be subscription.
You're also gonna get your virtual games there for a month, and you're gonna lose them.
Nice. They had a very cute like parental controls video though with that Bowser. Litra 1988. Why do you say that? They're the biggest.
You better be careful because Tencent gonna own all of China really soon.
Yeah. Okay, Tencent has the same reputation in China that EA has here. Terrible.
Wow. But with such a bad rep, I mean, EA is big, but not the biggest. Tencent is by far the biggest. They literally publish every major mobile game there, and the biggest PC games.
They both have terrible reps, though.
I guess when you're the big, does any giant company?
Steam has good rep. Steam's got good rep, and they're big.
Steam is kind of is they're
Blizzard.
Now,
Blizzard's probably the biggest gaming company in America. I mean, I don't know how big Steam is anymore.
I don't think Valve has a good rep anymore. I think that by not releasing Half-Life 3 and by opening the floodgates on Greenlight, they have killed their entire reputation.
I don't know. The Greenlight thing doesn't bother me at all.
There was a good article recently that says it was from a Valve insider, quote unquote. So that Valve never had any plans to make Half-Life 3. They were never going to do it, and they're never going to do it. It's too much at stake.
Omer, I just would like to clarify that I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the average person. What I read on the internet.
People still they say love like Lord Gaben. They still call him Lord Gaben. I don't know. Like God bless Gaben and stuff. I don't hear any Steam hate actually. Like I hear almost no Valve hate.
People also reference the meme that is "My body is ready," and people also hate Reggie Phil's aim for the most part. Okay, it's not indicative of whether or not they like it.
We're doing an official science poll over here. Do you like Valve, hate Valve, or indifferent? We got one. Valve is awesome. Just curious. Just say
the
like
awesome category.
Yeah, like, indifferent, or dislike.
You never dealt with Valve support.
So that's a dislike. Okay.
I think Lord Gaben is left by out. That guy was clearly like trolling you.
No, he said he loves it. All right. Indifferent. Some Chinese words twitch from our Chinese fellow. Alright, indifferent on Valve, but love our Lord and Savior Gaben.
It's like Jesus and the church, you know? You might have disagreements with the church.
But you still love Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh my god, you're right.
Alright, Steam is a church.
Gabe is the second most sexy man on the planet. Oh, Blackstar, I'll take number one.
Can you hurry to this wagon here?
I'm in town. I'm here. Hold on. No, it teleported me somewhere.
Oh,
hold on. Where did I teleport it to? I'm like in a persistent town now. I'll teleport to you though. Don't worry.
Alright, I'm in the wagon to, you know.
I think
Viridian City.
I think the fact that people are saying they're indifferent now is indicative of the fact that their reputation is teetering.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'm hearing a lot of indifference. But nobody said they disliked it though. Only one guy said they liked it though.
No, the you ever deal with Steam support is clearly a don't
No,
like it.
I've never dealt with Steam support. Never had to. But I feel like if you ever have to deal with any customer support, it's usually not good anyway.
Amazon's the best.
There you go.
I love Amazon support. Make
Alright,
it
where
nice
am I
and
on
easy.
here?
I gotta say, a lot of these big tech companies are really full of themselves, like Google. Like they just think they can have no customer support, and they're just above it all. You know,
Yep.
they're assholes. That's what they are.
What does Google owe you? You're gonna call them? I can't find a link.
What?
Help me find it.
me, but when I call them, at least they pick up.
Yeah, it's true. It's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah, like AT&T is a big company. At least they pick up when you call.
When people mention you in Discord, do you respond?
Yeah, I
Do
do.
you have any obligation to? No, but you do because you're a nice person. So
Alright,
why doesn't Google respond?
I have bad news for you, hon.
What's up?
My teleport's on a 10-minute cooldown.
I told you not to do
What's
that
your- what's
quest.
your teleport?
You probably just did the quest I did.
Yeah. What's your
My
cooldown?
cooldown's ready. Where is yours at?
Alright, I am.
Where are you?
I am. Look at the screen. It's where he took me in that big city.
What?
Oh, we're gonna duel. The duel.
Where are you?
All right. Look on the stream.
Oh my.
Just click teleport and go to this spot wherever this happens to be in this big city.
Hold up. Open, leave your map open.
Alright, it's gonna come up.
You are in a different zone. It looks like, Omar.
Yeah, it teleported me here.
So how am I supposed to get there?
Just click your teleport button and click on this thing. Actually,
Where are you?
Blackstar says Gaben wins second prize in beauty
Oh,
pageant.
I have no idea where you are. What province are you in?
Let me zoom out. It still says same one. I don't know. Hold on. Let's see if we can zoom in somewhere.
I don't know what city you're in, broski.
I don't
I don't
either.
see the city on the map.
Do you come here too for the quest?
I
Oh,
did,
God.
but I left.
I think the world actually started opening up right now. I don't have a clear objective to do, but I have like these like points of interest I can go to
I'm
now.
on that same quest, and I don't know what to do at this point.
Yeah, I think it stopped. I think this is when we get out of the hallway.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we're right at that sweet spot where the game opens up and you're no longer just running down hallways.
so where are you?
I don't know. I'm looking at all this. There's a lot of Chinese text flying around on my screen. All right,
What level are you at?
29.
Yeah,
too.
so you're right about where
Yeah.
30 or 35 is where.
All right, why don't you just? I came here because you were literally like 5 seconds away.
All right, relax. I'm gonna
I
go
did all
look.
this questing.
But
I don't
we
wanna
got
do it
this.
anymore. I went by default.
No,
I'll
that's
go back to my quest.
that's a Rima victory. If you hit F1, what do you see?
F1.
Yeah,
I just see the map, the world map.
Click the word under the yellow line.
your mission is completed. Those just bring up more menus. And I can do these.
You must be level 30.
Okay. Okay, I gotta grind a little bit to level 30 then. I see the players are chilling in town though. It's not very busy. Okay, I click F on the giant statue. Are they all praying here or something? Are they like AFK praying here, getting some XP? Let's pray with them. They're onto something with the praying. We're Spidey. We got intuition, all right. We got MMO intuition. You can figure most of it out, but the subtle skill system, the other systems you can't. We're playing with 345 ping. I want to duel you though. How do I get out of this area? Oh, we got something. All right. Can you teleport here?
Nope.
Just click M.
Mm-hmm.
And on the top left,
Mm-hmm.
you click on a drop-down menu and select the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th item, and it'll take you to this map.
Yes, I see the map, but there's no
There's teleportation buttons. Those
nope. I
The
don't see
squiggly
the
lines.
little. I don't see the squiggly lines.
rip.
I see the map though. It doesn't have any squiggly lines. You probably can't go inter zone like that.
All right, I can't do anything with this just yet either. Not sure where to go right now. I gotta talk to NPC to get meditation XP.
Oh, I just teleported somewhere. Random. Like, just talk to an NPC. See where she takes me.
Uber, in before I end up spending my life savings on the Chinese cash app, all right? They'll send me a bill, all right?
Where am I? All right, I am somewhere totally different now. I'm in the 4th province now. I think we're done, guys. I don't think there's any chance of us meeting up.
Are there like parties I can join? This one you gotta learn the interface too, unfortunately. All right, do this. All right, can I click on this? Oh, we're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. I clicked on an item. We're doing it.
The
Wait,
game looked way better on Gumball's review video. Oh yes. Tell me how it looked better. That was a long time ago.
All right, we'll call it for YouTube anyway right now. Some final. What does everybody think? Get some final thoughts.
How about this? Would you recommend playing Moonlight Blade despite having to play on a Chinese server?
No.
No, it's not.
Not
It's
with
not
the
something
headache.
for most people. You know, it's just it's a passing curiosity at this point for most people. It's not a game you can get into because of the language barrier. But if
Google
it's out in the West,
Translate
yes.
app. You guys got to get used to using the Google Translate app.
Oh no.
I would recommend it if you're the type of person who likes the martial arts setting. If you're someone who likes Perfect World games or Swordsman Online, then I say definitely check it out. You really don't have anything to lose.
This looks way better than like Swordsman Online. Like way better
absolutely.
graphically.
If you liked Age of Wushu, give it a shot.
Yeah.
There you go.
But if you're into like Western fantasy, no, it's not for you.
This looks so beautiful
I-
flying around.
Okay, I'd say not even Age of Wuxia. If you're into Wuxia at all, or like more realistic settings, play it. I like the Dynasty Warriors combat. I like the setting. I like the thing that I might be flying around on a sword later on. I rather like it.
Hmm.
All right, there it is. 1 no, 2 yes. I didn't hear yours.
I say, look, it's a no on the Chinese version, yes when it comes out in America. 100% give it a try when you get a Western
sure,
version released
sure,
in 2018 or whenever
Well,
it
that's
does end
all
up
we're
coming
asking
out.
here.
Right now, no, because you have to go through all the hoops of getting the QQ account as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still fun. It's just with the hassle of getting the account and playing the game. At this point, it's a no.
Or they could just buy it from us.
Yes, we do have them
Oh.
for sale. If you're interested in just getting a QQ account very easily, there is a link in the Twitch page. You can buy a Nexon and QQ account from us. We have a guide, I think, for the QQ account as well. That one is technically you can get it yourself, but a lot of people do have issues with that. There's a guide on MMOs.com for that as well. But any purchases made to buy a QQ or a Nexon account obviously support our stream and MMOs.com, so we would appreciate that.
There it is.
There it is, boys.
Okay, goodbye, YouTube.
Bye,
See you
YouTube.
later.
So yeah.